Good afternoon, everybody. It is Thursday, late afternoon here, about 20 till 6. We're just outside Osceola, a little ways here. I tried shooting this portion of it earlier when I was coming up through Kansas, and I was having one of those audio issues where it was kind of crackling in the background. So we're going to try it again, but I'm going to hold up just a second because my wife's calling. And I don't want to get in trouble. Okay, everybody, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, wife calling, check in. I think the plan is we're about 5-6 miles here at Osceola. We're just going to take this trailer, drop it, and we're going to call it a week. I'm going to take tomorrow and go up to Des Moines early in the morning and get shocks for this thing and replace the shocks on it. I wouldn't say they're bad, they're just kind of rusted. I can't tell if they've been on the truck for 6 years and rusty, or they just were put on the truck in the winter and, you know, before I bought it or something, and the good old salt and sand done their number on them. So, yeah, we're going to go up there tomorrow and get shocks. Try to clean under the truck, get some of the grease and grime off of there, try to save what frame's left that hasn't already rusted. That's one of my big goals here coming up this spring. I would like to get this thing sandblasted and painted, along with a couple other things to do. Yeah. So with that being said, I am sorry that these last couple days I have been a little bit behind. The video that dropped about 2 o'clock this morning was from last Friday. My apologies about that. I had about a day and a half's worth of footage in between, basically Wednesday, the 3rd, and last Friday. And I thought, well, I'd just clear the SD card out and I'd start fresh this week. That way I'm caught up, because it's kind of a bugaboo. I hate posting a video and I'm giving you dates and times and all this stuff, and you're getting to see it 3 to 5 days later. And I don't know, I'm just a nutcase. I mean, I haven't had any complaints about it, but in my mind it just, I guess it bugged me. I don't know. So anyway, like I said, it is Thursday here. I started out Monday. I loaded out of Osceola, went to Oklahoma City, dropped one there, went up to Pryor, Oklahoma, dropped that there Tuesday morning, and then I was supposed to load out of Alma, Kansas, and bring one right back to Osceola, but I couldn't make it into Alma in time before they closed, so they just deadheaded me straight home to Osceola. I will get a little bit of compensation for that. Not anything to write home about, but it's better than nothing. So, let's see what else. Went home Tuesday night. Got a phone call yesterday afternoon. Took one from Osceola to Springfield, Missouri. Delivered that today, and then took 3 pallets from there up to Alma, Kansas, and delivered those about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Ate a little bit of lunch, and then just deadheaded right back up to Osceola. So really, from the standpoint of dollars and cents and everything, it's actually been a pretty good week. This load going down to Springfield and Alma and everything paid really, really good. So I'm still turning well over $2.50 a mile deadheading back here at Osceola. So I'm cool with that, you know. I'll pull an empty wagon as long as there's enough green left over. So yeah, pretty easy. Nothing, I didn't set the world on fire, but I paid the bills, made a little money, and that's what it's all about. Trying to think. The Freightliner officially got licensed yesterday. The DOT told me that I should have the plate in the mail by the 15th, but I can still operate the truck on the temporary registration, which is valid until May 5th, May 1st, or something like that, somewhere in that time frame. So hopefully the Freightliner will be up and running next week. I'd like to think Monday, but it is in the shop getting a few minor things. I'm putting a new oil pan gasket in it, new leveling valve. I'm fixing an air leak and putting new airbags on it, and doing a full service on it, grease, and detailed on Sunday, and it should be ready to go. So my hired man is, we're either gonna take both trucks and try to run somewhere together, or we're gonna take one truck or the other, make a trip out together just to kind of get his feet wet with the lay of the land and how the reefer side of the trucking industry works. And then we will turn him loose, and he's gonna go set the world on fire, and I'm gonna try to keep up with him. I really do. It's crazy as it sounds, you probably don't hear a lot of people. So I honestly would really like to work a little bit harder than I have been lately. You know, but family comes first, and you know, my boys in basketball, and as soon as basketball's done, then both boys are starting soccer, and then when soccer's done, my oldest boy will start baseball. I've just stacked to the aces with stuff to do on the weekends, and I like I said, I'd really like to work a little bit harder, but because man, there's plenty of work out there right now. I mean, it is for the taking. A guy could make a boatload of coin right now, but life. So anyway, we just got off here at the exit 33 in Osceola, and turning up here to Hormel. So good old Highway 34. But yeah, like I said, gonna be was a pretty simple week. Be a pretty simple weekend. Like I said, I should be able to get shocks put on tomorrow and get the undercarriage sprayed off and kind of get the truck cleaned up. There's good looking Pete. Ooh, I'd like to have that blue. Yeah, get the truck cleaned up, keep it on the road ready for next week, and I guess see what next week brings. So, well, I'm gonna cut that off here short a little bit, or cut it short. I'm gonna say something that makes sense. I'm gonna go in here to Hormel, drop my trailer, and go home. and I will talk with you guys here shortly. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. We are back here at the truck, doing our shocks, working on it. It's a beautiful day outside. Not going to stir them inside the shop there. It's pretty easy. We can do it all out here. So, oops, about to drop my camera. Anyway, real quick, show you what I've done. I've done the steer shock here, replaced the other one a couple weeks ago. Now we replaced this one, and I go with Gabriel's. I mean, some of you are probably going to say they're cheapy. I mean, and you're right, but I've always had good luck with them. This stud here, this bottom bolt, was a little bit, I wouldn't say seized in there, but it was giving me a bit of fit, and we got her taken care of, though. Not bad for a guy that isn't a mechanic or knows what he's doing. But then you can see here, here's the other shock. Obviously same thing, you know, just a Gabriel Fleet line. shock that I replaced there a couple weeks ago. So yeah, that's the plan for today. We got those. We're gonna do bunk shocks and drive shocks as well. More Gabriels. These are pretty simplistic. You know, you just got a mounting set up top and down on the bottom, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Zip, zip, and get her done. Oh, look at that. It's just horrible. I need to get my frame painted. Need to blast it and paint it. But there's really nobody that's respectable around here that does it. I don't know why. So anyway, if you know of anybody in the Iowa, Northwest Missouri area, Omaha, something like that, let me know. Yeah, without any further ado, I guess I'm going to get back to work and get this taken care of. So we will talk to you guys here in a little bit. Okay. We're on the last one here, or the last drive shock. Excuse me. Get my handy hammer here. Get that bead off of there. That's a pleasant sound, right? Okay. I don't know if that's the actual way to do it or not, but I went to truck driving school and not mechanic school. All I know is that I'm putting them on, they're put on right, and they work. As far as taking them off the right way, I guess I don't know. But, yeah, we're going to get this last one put on, put our bunk shocks on, we'll be done. Stay tuned. Good evening, everybody. It is Friday night here, coming up on 6 o'clock, and I got my shocks done. I got all 8 shocks installed, and yeah, that was about it. Pretty simple. Probably one of the easiest things you can do, I guess, on a truck for just simple preventative maintenance. Other than that one stud up there, again, I had another one back here that was seized pretty good. This one was the one up here on the steer shock. I'm trying to think. That's why I lost my train of thought. It was coated with anti-seize, but the one back there wasn't. But I did get that one to break free finally. Went into town, grabbed a new bolt, put more anti-seize on it, and put everything back together. So pretty simple. My technique for mounting them maybe is not textbook, but got the job done. It's got 8 new shocks on it, and I couldn't be happier. So, like I said, I may catch some flack. I don't know. You know, I run the Gabriel shocks. I've run them on 2 of my last 3 trucks. Haven't had any issues with them. I'll go out here and show you here in a second how bad those shocks that I had on there were getting. They were leaking pretty good. But I wanted to show you here real quick. Excuse me. Whew. Had tacos for lunch. I missed my meeting to go to eat tacos. I wanted to show you just kind of how I record my stuff. I obviously keep, you know, paper receipts and maintenance records and everything like home in the file. But I do this just kind of to help out a little bit. And this is since I've owned the truck. It's 709,987. You know, I changed the oil. I run a Hot Shots additive in there to kind of clean it out. I do that every 3rd oil change. I run that through there. Other than that, I don't run any additive or anything. But, you know, if I stop and get the truck greased, I notate it. You know, I replace my steering box here. That's when I put my new ECM harness on. You know, like there, I purchased it at Ziegler Cat. You know, got the truck greased again. You know, I try to notate who did the work, whether it was myself or, you know, whatever. Just that way, if I ever do go and sell this truck, I guess it's kind of a redundancy, you know. I'm going to get out here because the light's not very good, I guess, and sitting in this truck. But anyway, you can, you know, kind of compare them, line them up, and it's just, I guess, a little easier maybe. Looks a little more professional, and that's kind of what I want. I don't plan on selling the truck, but, you know, if I do, then I have some pretty good records for it. So, anyway, you can see here, we are all set and ready to rock. Got the Gabriel fleet lines. 8 new shocks total. It was 4 drives, 2 sleepers, and I guess we only did 7 today, but 8 new ones total in the last 2 or 3 weeks. So I forgot how long of a bolt this is because of this torque rod here for the sleeper, the sway bar, I should say. I believe that's its intended purpose, but I forgot how long. It's like a 12-inch long bolt, but yeah, pretty simple. I did notice while I was over here checking this out again, you can kind of see there a little bit. I don't know. I have seemed to have developed a coolant leak out of this right here. Now, that's just a stabilizer for this tube. This tube goes back here into the... let's see, where does that go? Yeah. I'm trying to think. It's kind of hard to see with all these turbos. Yeah, it comes down into like the diverter here and everything. And I don't know why it's leaking. I've tried tightening it. I thought maybe it was a loose fitting. So I really don't know what the situation is there. Other than that, everything's good. I noticed that, so that'll get taken care of or looked into here shortly. Probably monitor it real close here the next week, and then I'll be on vacation for a couple days the following week, so we'll get it taken care of then. There again, this was that bolt, or that stud, whatever you want to call it, that was giving me fits there earlier, but we got her whipped, because that's who we are. We're the whipping crew. So they used to call me Whopper Crew in high school, just because I'd ate a Whopper once, or 17, 18 times. I can't remember. I lost track after 10. Anyway, here's these shocks. These are the green ones are the drive shocks, and the sleeper shocks, which really, these little sons of guns were in pretty good shape. I think these had just been replaced. You can see, I mean, they still, you can hear the gas, or the, yeah, they're liquid. You can hear the oil in there. But yeah, you can see this one was leaking good. That one's starting to leak pretty good. And then you got this. I did not realize how bad this one really was. This one's leaking pretty good. That was one of the steer shocks. And then, that drive shock was leaking, and that one was leaking. Sometimes stuff like that, I guess, goes unnoticed. Just because it's kind of hard to see, from me to there, without being up under the truck all the time. But we got them done, taken care of. So, anyway, next week's going to start off probably pretty easy. I think the new truck should be on the road by Wednesday. It sounds like it's not going to get finished up till Tuesday. Like I said previously, we're doing a pan gasket, some airbags and stuff in it, and just waiting on parts. So that'll be a pretty easy, cheap fix, and hopefully it'll run for a long time without having any issues. But we'll see. Haven't got any loads lined up yet for next week, but probably tomorrow I will. Sunday usually is when I hear the good news. Boy, I am losing it. I got a basketball game tomorrow. My oldest stepson, it's the only home game they've had all year, and here in town. So we kind of have to go there and help out and, be good parents. So that's what they pay us for. Anyway, really, without sitting here and rambling all night, which I could, that's about it. Pretty simple day. Not too expensive, not too cheap, just another day owning a truck. So the truck stayed pretty clean throughout the week. We got it washed Monday. It's still looking pretty good. So I did notice this thing, and I have not noticed this until this week when I got my truck washed since owning it. But my exhaust clamp, it's, how do I want to say it? it's not fit right, I guess. And I mean, it's clearly the same size clamp as this one, and you can see, you know, where the joints are in the pipes. It's supposed to cover that, and I don't know why it's not. So I suppose I'm gonna have to do some adjusting on that. But boy, that makes me look bad. 3-4 months owning this thing, and I just now realized that. But too much seat time. So anyway, yeah, that's the plan. We'll stick with it. So you guys have a great weekend. Thanks for coming along for the ride again this week, and we'll be talking with you next week. Have a good one. Have a safe one. We'll catch you on the flip side.